Strictly Funk says, Lonzo, is Bootsy Collins the godfather of funk?
I would say George Clinton would be, if anybody was. If anybody would be godfather of funk, Bootsy came from George. I mean, yeah, George picked up Bootsy. James Brown would be for all them cats, because everybody stole from James Brown. Anybody turn horns into a drum, you got to be funky. Bootsy, yeah, I don't know, man. Bootsy was around for a while. Bootsy played with George. He played with Bob. He played with James Brown. He played with Parliament Funkadelic, George Clinton, James Brown. He had his own thing. Now Bootsy is funky. Well, Bootsy, man, I, help me if I'm wrong. As much as I like Dollar Bill or telephone bill. Okay, telephone bill. I've never played a Bootsy record in a club. I've never played a Bootsy record in the club. I've never, listening wise, he's funky as shit. But when it came to the dance floor, I don't have Bootsy. I don't think I have a Bootsy file on my computer. I have the record, some of the songs in there. But Rubber Band, that didn't do a whole lot. That was cool. But without George out front, it wasn't the same, Doc. That's just my personal opinion. Had nothing to do with anybody else, YouTube, anybody else.
Okay. All right, let's play Butterfly Effect again, Lonzo. For anyone who doesn't know Butterfly Effect, it's a theory. If one thing is taken out of something in history, then it's going to change the whole dynamic. We talked about it earlier. All right, Butterfly Effect. Take James Brown out of music, period. James Brown never existed. Never was a person. We don't know who James Brown is. Would hip-hop be around? Would hip-hop have existed?
No, I don't think so. I think James Brown he gave them the initial format. James Brown was rapping. He was rapping back in the 70s. All right. And I remember people back in the 70s that didn't like James Brown because sometimes he would rap. He wouldn't sing, he just rap. He wasn't the best rapper, called pot of greens, and the yams. Okay, he say some shit, that was way out the side of his mouth. And the tracks, because he allowed the musicians to vamp. That's what they call a repetitive chord. That was called a vamp. Bump, 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 the bump, 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 bump. And he would do that, and that would give him something to rap on top of, and it also laid the groundwork for rappers to do the same thing. I think, of all the artists, I think James Brown would probably be the one I would give that credit to. Because not only did he rap, he also gave us the music, gave us the format, and he also gave us Funky Drummer. One of the most sampled fucking drum samples of all time. Bootsy got some shit, but Bootsy ain't got Funky Drummer.
We may have talked about this, but when did James Brown jump in and be like, hey, hold on, I think I should be getting paid for this? Do you know any history behind that?
Not really. It was always suspected. Nobody just didn't know how to do it. The shit wasn't even named yet. It wasn't even named till after they made the machine to do it. They were just grabbing tracks and putting it into a sampler. Okay? A sampler was not designed to do music. It was designed to do sounds. You can take a sampler and sample anything, any sound, and turn it into a keyboarded sound. Okay? Whether it was a typewriter, you would give it would get 8 different tones based on whatever key you pushed on the sampler. And when the hip hop cats realized they can do it and they started sampling records, that changed everything.
The biggest hip hop record at that time, obviously Sugar Hill Gang, going back to about 79. The first big hip hop record to ever, hit the main stage was a sampled song. It was sampled Good Times, I believe.
Right.
Yeah. Do you know if Chic got paid for that, or do you know anything behind that?
Oh hell yeah. I think that's what scared the hell out of me when Nile Rodgers and the other dude got together and jumped on Sugar Hill's ass. It scared the shit out of me. That's why I didn't release my song that used Rock Skate Roll Bounce. Okay, all I heard was lawsuit. I don't know. You don't know. You don't know that it's all about money. You think it might be some money and jail time and shit. I ain't never been one for going to jail, so I left it alone.
All right, we have a few more minutes. Aaron Collins has a good question. I wasn't living out here at the time, but I did find out that the Compton Police Department got discontinued and replaced by the sheriffs. Why was that?
Allegedly, there was some corruption in the Compton Police Department. At that time, the mayor was Omar Bradley, and Huey Taylor was the chief, and there was some improprieties going down. And I think what really closed, got everything started, got the ball started. Well, there was a gun that was confiscated in Compton, and somehow or another it left the property room, ended up shooting a cop in Long Beach, and that's when the ball started. It was allegedly a serious hole in the seal of Compton's PD. I'm gonna leave it like that. And that situation right there caused people to like, what? Wait. This gun got confiscated in Compton, and now it's on Long Beach in the city of Long Beach and shot a cop. We got a problem. And that's when they started moving on the sheriff.
All right, man, about to wrap it up. We got about a minute or so left. Once again, thank you to everybody who joined the channel, and make sure before you guys head out, you hit that like button. And once again, if this is your first time joining the channel and you want that real West Coast hip hop, please hit that subscribe button. Check out some of our old videos. I mean, we have interviews with the who's who of hip hop. I mean, we just talked about Toddy T. Type in Alonzo Williams, Toddy T, and just check out that interview. It's a great historical piece of what was going on in West Coast hip hop. But we have interviews from everybody from Young MC, Razkaz, Crazy Bone, Reggie White. I mean, there's so many interviews on this channel. I want you guys to go down that rabbit hole and check it out. But any last words, Lonzo, before we wrap it up and call it a day?
If you can't make it out Saturday, folks, feel free to donate. Go to lyricalrevolution.org and hit the Cash App, hit the Zelle. I'd appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Yep. Hit him with that outro, man.
All right, for those who never heard of me, I'm the first one put Dr. Dre in the surgery, stuck Ice Cube in the freezer till he got cold. On the eve after dark, 50-yard line to Super Bowl. In the movie Straight Outta Compton, they played me like a hater of rap. Don't believe in the Hollywood bullshit because it was all cap. My history goes deeper than you will ever know. Just remember that N.W.A. stands for not without Alonzo. Peace, y'all.